looking to the screen on my left to make sure that we're up and running. Okay, we are live on YouTube. We can start.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Good morning. It's 9:00 a.m. and I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Rules, Policy, and Industrial Relations Committee for Friday, December 16, 2022. Before we begin, please note that this meeting is live streamed on YouTube and recorded. Members of the public are encouraged to watch and listen to the meeting on YouTube or by dialing into 415-569-6446 for the audio of this meeting. If you'd like to provide public comment at today's meeting, please call 415-569-6446 and let the facilitator know what items you'd like to speak on today. We appreciate your patience as we move through today's meeting using all of this technology. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. Good morning again. I'm going to start with Director Cochran.
Here.
Director Conroy. Absent. Director Garbarino.
Here.
Director Grosboll.
Here.
Director Hill.
Here.
Vice Chair Arnold is absent. Chair Hernandez.
Here, thank you.
And President Terrio.
Here.
Thank you. Also on the line, so that confirms you have a quorum. Also on the line, we have Directors Maston, Snyder, and Thier. Oh, and now Director Parr has joined us. You are now a committee of the whole. So well, let me go ahead and confirm staff. It's Dennis Mulligan.
Here.
Joe Wire.
Yes.
Eva Bauer-Furbish.
Present.
Kim Manolius.
Morning.
Good morning. Dave Rivera.
Good morning. Present.
Mona Babauta.
Present.
Jim Swindler is not on. Kelly Hopper.
Present.
Thank you. That confirms everyone on the line. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. I'd like at this time to remind everyone to mute their microphones until after staff's presentations today, and remember to unmute when we open up for directors' discussion. If we have directors joining us by phone, please use *6 to unmute yourself. After staff's presentation, I'll be asking for any questions or comments on the item. Please click on Raise Hand on your device if you have a question, or press *9 for the raise hand function on your if you're joining by phone. If there are any questions, the Secretary or I will call on you accordingly, and we apologize in advance if we've missed your raised hand, and if that happens, please do speak up. After our discussion, we'll ask for any public comment before moving on to the next item, and please follow along by referring to the page numbers located on the bottom right-hand corner of your meeting packet. And today we're going to begin with agenda item number 3. The item is to approve Juneteenth as a district paid holiday. And Dennis, please begin your report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, members of the public. Staff recommends that the Board of Directors authorize Juneteenth as a new district paid holiday beginning in 2023. If approved by the board, the holiday will fall on June 19th on each year unless it falls on a weekend, in which case the employees will get a weekday off, as outlined in the Human Resources Guide for non-represented employees and the various collective bargaining agreements with our represented employees. So what's proposed is a new holiday in addition to the existing holidays. Currently, district employees have a total of 13 holidays, either fixed or floating. This would increase that number to 14 for all district employees. Under applicable laws dealing with represented employees, any change requires that we offer to the unions the opportunity to meet and confer on the change, although I must confess I would be surprised if any unions wish to meet and confer with respect to this change. As background, on June 17, 2021, President Biden signed a law recognizing Juneteenth, the celebration to commemorate the end of slavery in the United States, as a new federal holiday. It was the first new national holiday since the creation of Martin Luther King Jr. Day back in 1983. Juneteenth celebrates the emancipation of the last enslaved Black Americans by recognizing the historical relevance of this significant event. More recently, on September 29, 2022, Governor Newsom signed Assembly Bill 1655 into effect, making Juneteenth a California state holiday. The proposal before you will cost approximately $400,000 in an outlay of new cash, plus a loss in employee productivity with respect to one working day in the year. Staff strongly recommends that the committee recommend to the full board approval of this item. And with that, I'm available to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Are there any questions or comments from directors on this item? I see Director Tier.
I just wanted to say that this is fantastic, and I am very pleased about this, and I think it's fantastic. So thank you to staff for making this happen.
Thank you, Director Thayer. Any other questions or comments? Director Garbarino, please go ahead. You're muted, Director.
Sorry, that will be the remembrance of all of COVID. You are muted. I just want to thank Dennis and Holly for their comments and the presentation, and certainly support the recognition of this, the end of this horror, and that it was put to an end. I just have to share a concern, a fiscal concern. This too came up during, and I apologize for sharing a personal experience, came up during our negotiations as well. And the union, the Teamsters, and our management team agreed that because the ratepayers would be supporting this was not something we could do in addition, but offered to do in a trade, but still honor the intent and the reason for it to be a holiday. So given our discussion yesterday about finances in the finance committee, I just felt the need to say we've got to keep conscious of every dime, especially with some of those fiscal cliffs coming at us up in the future. But again, I support the holiday and certainly the intent. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Director Garbarino. Does anyone else have any comments associated with this item? Mr. Mulligan, do you have any final comments in response to any of the comments from directors?
No, sometimes it costs money to do the right thing, so staff strongly recommends that you approve this new holiday.
Thank you very much. Okay, I echo those sentiments as well. So that will conclude discussion on this item. Madam Secretary, is there anyone on the public line wishing to speak on this item?
We do. We have one speaker. That's Mr. Pilpel. Mr. Pilpel, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
We can. Go ahead.
Great. Good morning. So I have no objection to another paid holiday, but as Director Garbarino just suggested, this is both a policy and fiscal choice. I wonder, sorry to be a bit obscure, I wonder if the parking portion of the master ordinance will need a further revision if this is a new district administrative holiday for purpose of the parking stuff at the toll plaza. Anyway, I also think it would be great if the various employee organizations had a similar number of paid holidays. I noted in the staff report that ATU is different from the coalition number 10 versus 11. Again, no objection. My concerns are about budget, parking, and consistency among MOUs, and I do recognize the incredible sensitivity around this issue. So that is not lost on me. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Pilpel. Any more comments from the public, Emmerich?
We have no other speakers.
Thank you very much. So colleagues, may I please have a motion on agenda item 3 to approve Juneteenth as a district paid holiday?
Madam Chair, I'll move that.
So moved. Second.
Thank you very much. Many motions in many seconds. Madam Secretary, can you please, let's have a vote. Madam Secretary, please.
Thank you. We're voting on item 3 for the first and second. We're going to start with Director Arnold, who's not on this call. Director Conroy is also not on. Director Garbarino.
Aye.
Director Giudice is not on. Director Grosboll.
Aye.
Director Hernandez.
Aye.
Director Maston.
Aye.
Director Parr.
Aye.
Director Rabbit is absent. Director Rodoni is absent. Director Snyder.
Aye.
Director Stephanie is absent. Director Thier.
Aye.
Second Vice President Hill.
Yes.
First Vice President Cochran,
Yes.
and President Serio.
Yes.
Thank you. You have 10 ayes.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. This item passes. Thank you. Is there anyone from the public who would like to make final comments under item number 4, which is public comment?
We have no other speakers today.
Thank you very much. So we have reached the end of the agenda. Thank you, colleagues. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll move.
Is there a second, please?
Second.
Are there any objections? Seeing none, this concludes the meeting of the Rules Policy and Industrial Relations Committee. Thank you, colleagues. The time